If rest feels like you're being lazy, this episode's for you. Because strength does disappear if you're not lifting weights in midlife. That part really matters. But also in midlife, lifting without enough recovery stops working. Hey there, I'm Cam Allen. Welcome back to the Midlife Method. Yeah, we women get caught in the middle. We're afraid to rest because we don't want to lose our strength. And we're afraid to keep going because your body just feels really beat up and you're sore and you're exhausted. But here's the thing that really matters. If you misread your recovery signals in midlife, you're going to keep working out harder and start feeling weaker. And once you understand what your body actually really needs right now, strength starts to come back and you're going to feel more energy. If you're still working out and still showing up, but the recovery part feels really off, maybe the soreness lasts longer and your energy just doesn't bounce back like it used to. The story creeps in, well, maybe this is just the way it is in midlife. I hate that. Underneath that story is a belief that most women absolutely never question. That is, you need more rest. And it certainly doesn't mean you're lazy. Most of us were taught that rest is something that you earn. You work hard, you push through, and then you rest. You know, working for the weekend. Remember that song? So when midlife bodies start asking for more recovery, it feels wrong because our belief system is that rest is lazy. Like you're letting yourself off the hook. But needing more rest is not a character flaw. It is nothing wrong with you. It's actually a biological shift thanks to midlife. Strength is actually not built during the workout. The workout is just the signal for your body to get stronger and to adapt. Recovery is actually where your body responds. Earlier in life, when you were younger, recovery was so fast and so forgiving, we could act like total jerks to ourselves and bounce back like nothing. You could stack stress on top of training and bounce back. And your body's like, yeah, I gotcha. No problem. But midlife changes all that. Research shows that estrogen plays a huge role in your muscle repair and how inflamed you get. And as that estrogen fluctuates in perimenopause and then gets to its lowest level in postmenopause, guess what? We don't repair as efficiently as we used to. And that inflammation, it hangs around a little bit longer. And that alone means recovery takes more time than it used to. And then you add in a higher baseline of stress and maybe a nervous system that like rarely powers down. And then you add in some sleep that's lighter and even more fragmented. You can see where this is going. Studies show that women in midlife often experience more disrupted sleep, even when their total sleep time looks okay on paper. So you may be sleeping, but maybe you're not fully recovering. I definitely fell in that bucket. And that's where the rest equals laziness belief really gets in the way in midlife. If you believe that rest equals laziness and you keep going, even when your body is sending you different messages, you're going to feel the signal, the heaviness, the slow recovery, the weird injuries, just exhausted. And if you keep overriding it because stopping feels really risky, if you believe that taking an active rest day instead of lifting weights means you're going to lose your momentum and you just keep pushing through, maybe you tell yourself, oh, I'll rest tomorrow. But you know this, midlife becomes this constant balancing act between, is this workout supportive for me right now today? Did I eat? Did I sleep? Am I hydrated? How do I feel? And is it keeping my muscles and my bones strong? Because ultimately that's one of the reasons I work out. Or am I just giving myself a hall pass just because? And here's the tricky part. One skip workout doesn't really matter. Doesn't. It's not a big deal. But when rest is driven by avoidance instead of actually listening to your body, that's when a day turns into a week and a week turns into a month. That's not recovery. That's not what I'm talking about. That's total disconnection from your body. The work in midlife is not pushing through every signal. It's learning the difference between what your body's asking for. Do I need recovery? Or is it my mind looking for an easy out? Right? That distinction is actually where your strength lives. And here's where women get stuck. They keep adding effort to a system that's already overloaded. You do more workouts, you add more intensity, you eat less, you exercise more, all that, diet culture, that doesn't really build our strength at midlife. It drains us and leaves us running on fumes. And when recovery can't keep up, the body stops adapting. The whole reason we lift weights is for our body to adapt to the load and get stronger in the recovery. When recovery can't keep up, the body stops reacting. For me personally, in my late 40s, it looked like weird injuries and extra slow recovery and exhaustion that coffee couldn't even touch. I don't want anyone getting anywhere near that. It also shows up as like fatigue, lingering soreness, and you're just like not seeing progress in the gym. Like your effort just doesn't equal the progress that you should have. So research actually shows that postmenopausal women don't recover as quickly to baseline after hard training compared to younger women. That's not really a surprise. So you do the same workout and it creates a very different recovery demand now that you're in midlife. And this is why rest and recovery is one of the 4 keys to midlife fitness. Strength training has to be number one. We know the health benefits, and then it also spills out to confidence in your life. So that's key number one. Key number 2 is being an active human, getting your daily steps in, not sitting all day. Number 3, a dash of cardio. And I word it that way just in case you bought into diet culture and you're having a hard time letting that go. Cardio comes after strength training, not before. Like get your strength training days in, get your 60, I like to say 60 minutes a week of strength training in, and then a dash of cardio, like 1 or 2 workouts a week. That is plenty. But the 4th key is the rest and recovery key. And when I put together the 4 keys to midlife fitness, I literally had to write rest and recovery on the paper and in the protocol so I would follow through with it because I came from the rest is laziness camp. Are you with me? So I believe rest stays between body parts. I believe rest within the workout. It is part of your recovery. Now, in the CrossFit world, we called it active recovery, and I really like that. That's like taking a walk or a hike with your friends or something like that, not sitting all day, moving your body. In the science world, we call it non-exercise activity. And non-exercise activity actually accounts for about 15% of your daily energy burn. That's a huge chunk of your daily metabolism that changes day to day. So if you're sitting all day, you're not taking advantage of your non-exercise activity, aka getting your steps. So rest and recovery is not a reward for doing something good. It's not a suggestion. It is literally part of the protocol. It's a requirement. Strength training without the right amount of recovery doesn't make you tougher. It makes you tired and injured, and it makes you running on fumes. So rest is not quitting. It's actually participating in the progress of building muscle. Midlife strength comes from learning a new rhythm. You have this new body now that we're in menopause, and we get to learn how to love and care for it in a new way. When you have enough stimulus to remind your body to get strong, you also need enough recovery to let that strength actually show up. So recovery is not laziness. It's actually intelligence. So I want you to hear this. Your strength does not disappear in midlife. It shows up actually when recovery is allowed to count. If this episode made you question your old belief, I want you to sit with that. Needing more rest does not mean you're doing less. It means that you're actually doing what works now. And if you want more conversations like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This is where we make more sense of midlife strength without forcing it. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.